Did y'all see the Our Planet update today? It's pretty disappointing. I mean, most updates have been disappointing for me, but they just announced Our Planet's being delayed to like 2022. Like the conquest phase is just being pushed back. It's supposed to come out Q4 this year, and now it's like Q1 next year.
It's surprising and not surprising at the same time.
It's not surprising just because like it seems like they're a little behind. Like they didn't get the robot crafting out on time. They just like did pack sales for robots on like the very last possible day, which is like, okay, they're probably not quite ready to release this, but yeah, I mean, if it makes the game better, it's better to take time to develop it, I think, than just pump something out that isn't good. But it's disappointing because I want to play the game.
Gives us more time to passively generate land minerals, apparently.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, get more robots when they allow that.
Yeah, and I think most gamers, particularly in like the play to earn space, are patient to wait for a completed game because there's so many games that are kind of this incremental scaffold as you're paying money along the way, and it could be a little bit frustrating. I think Our Planet's doing the right way in the development cycle. It's just their communication could be a lot better. If they were putting out better roadmaps and better incremental like expectations, people would be very patient for a game of that size.
I agree. It also is like one of the most ambitious games being developed right now as far as like scale and even as far as they are in like the just like the white paper and stuff. Like what they're announcing is like there's nothing like that on Wax right now. So if it actually does come out as good, it's like I'll be super happy. Also, I guess to our viewers, we have Hydro with us today.
Hello, hello. It's nice to be hanging out with you guys. It's nice to finally see your faces. Seeing as
yeah, the written interview is cool, but
for a while, you know.
In person's always fun. Also, I like your background is dope. You got the friggin' Finny poster going on back there.
Yeah, man, I love it. It's yeah, it's been up there for a few months, and it's got its pride of place. I don't. Well, that's the wrong side. It's that side, isn't it? God, it's.
How did you get it? Was that like was it redeemable or is that separate?
Yeah, they did a contest a couple of months ago where you could like download it and print it off, or you're supposed to stick it up in public somewhere. And I just ended up sticking it on my wall. So
yeah, y'all at 2K did that a lot.
I mean, honestly,
all these pictures of people like basically like putting it all over their cities or like on bulletin boards. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I also feel like if you're a streamer, you did just put that up in public. More people are going to see it on your wall streaming. That is relevant to that NFT space if you go put it like in your neighborhood where people don't know what NFTs are.
That is very true.
I'm gonna play. We have like an intro video, but I'm gonna play that, and then we'll officially start our show. So people are filling in here. Let's see. Here we go. Got marbles in my mouth. That's what the marbles are right now.
Does floor become just ground when you're outside?
Zoom, dude.
All I gotta say about that.
Boom.
Boom. You just got introed.
So what's up, everybody?
Hey-o. Oh, my doggy. She took over my sweater.
It's a classic Marcy move.
That was not the first official intro that was ready, but it's one of them. Oh, hey, Marcy.
Have you seen No Time to Die? That new Bond movie? Looks pretty sick.
I have seen it. I don't know if it's because I was waiting for so long for it to come out that eventually when it did, I was disappointed, but it wasn't exactly, what I was gearing myself up for. I know, so it's a Bond movie, it's cool, it's going to be awesome, but I think I'd hyped myself up too much for it.
Yeah, the last couple Bond movies, I felt like they didn't have like an action sequence where I was like, that was the fucking sequence for this movie.
I think Daniel
Craig's
Craig's
a solid action movie, but nothing stood out as like, holy shit, like you got to see this sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like nowadays action movies have to have that. You have to have that fucking like standout. Like one of my favorite ones still in like recent memory was it wasn't like a fantastic movie, but there's that like X-Men movie where like they had that Quicksilver scene where he's like running while like a time in a bottle plays. Holy shit, that was like that scene alone. I was just like, after that scene, I was like, yeah, I don't really care how this movie goes. Like that was fucking awesome.
I love Daniel Craig as a Bond. Like he was really good. I think sometimes the writing didn't quite help him out as much, but Casino Royale is fantastic. I love
that. That was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with Pierce Brosnan, but I definitely like Daniel Craig. He's one of my favorite Bonds.
Yeah. I remember growing up with Pierce Brosnan as like my Bond. My parents were always like, Sean Connery's the real Bond.
It's definitely Pierce Brosnan for me. Like,
For me too.
because I played so much friggin' GoldenEye 007 on N64 that will forever be the real James Bond for me.
That's Bond for sure. Yeah, that's fun. Daniel Craig is really doing a good job though. It's more an action like thing.
It's surprising he's been doing it for a long time, more so than you'd think. It's been like over 10 years, I think.
Doing just a really like off topic though, but really since we're talking about movies, did you ever see Valerian, this planet of 1,000 cities or something like that?
That's a movie?
Yeah, it's called Valerian. It's not great, but the opening sequence is so fucking
Max has showed that to me at least 10 times.
Yeah, the opening sequence, I watched that, and like the movie started, I went to the theater like expecting like kind of a shitty little like sci-fi movie, and it was like just that opening sequence. After that, I was just like, yeah, honestly, the rest of the movie could just be a blank screen. Like I got my money's worth.
Yeah, I mean, as a visual effects artist, I feel like you got an eye for detail on that stuff.
It's so good. It's also like it's just the opening sequence is just like a time lapse of like it starts with astronauts getting to the ISS, like the International Space Station, and then it's like a time lapse of like aliens coming to Earth and making first contact on the International Space Station, and it's just like, you know, first they meet these people, then these people, and it's always like, you know, it progresses, the like ISS grows, the like I don't know, it's really fucking cool, and all of it is scored to David Bowie's 2001 Space Odyssey. It's really good.
Pretty sick.
The rest of the movie does not live up to the opening. But
turn it off after you watch the opening, but watch the opening.
Watch the opening. It's good.
So Hydro, I know you recently started streaming. What do you normally stream? I saw you in Immersus, but I feel like we should plug that.
Yeah.
Plug that now before we get.
Yeah, if you want to put links in the private chat, we can post that for you.
Yeah, sure thing.
People know where to go as we talk about it.
Give me 2 seconds. But yeah, I'm only 3 streams in, but I've been streaming some Immersus recently. I've just been checking it out, chilling with some people in stream, giving some NFTs away. I've just been having some fun, really. It's just something nice and chilled to end the day with. And I'm hoping to check out a few more sort of blockchain games as I stream a bit more. But yeah, I went on an insane run of luck in Immersus yesterday. I did a 2.5 hour stream, and I got something like 17 logs or something, plus like a blueprint. And I think that...
Which blueprint was it?
Yeah.
It's the... Oh, which one was it? I need to go check my...
I'm excited. What can you craft for me now?
Yeah.
I only have the handle blueprint. I definitely need to team up with other people to build anything. I can make like the birch log handle thing.
Yeah, you can use some of those logs.
Yeah,
that
the
you
birch
got.
plank. You need two birch planks for the tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the birch plank blueprint that I got.
Okay, so we got the same one.
Yeah. So now I've just got to grind out birch logs until I get the blueprint to make the axe, which might take me another 6 streams, but I'll get
also there. I mean, we have some people in our community, if you have the raw materials, that'll probably build it for you. Like, I think Silent has a bunch of blueprints, and they've always offered to me, they're like, yeah, if you ever get the raw materials, just hit me up and I'll craft it. So there's definitely some cool people out there that might be able to help you out. Yeah, it is nice getting the blueprint, though. It does feel like when I got the blueprint, I was, hell yeah, now I can make unlimited these, and like I control this market, even though that's like the most common blueprint.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
And then I guess the other thing I'd really like to know is like, how did you get into NFTs? Because I mean, you were doing this before we got here, and we found your service to find drops like each week, and like, but it's like, how did you get to that position? Like, were you in crypto before?
Yeah. How were you the guy with your finger on the fucking pulse before anybody knew anything about this shit?
I think a lot of it was just a lot of it all happened by chance. I think I was kind of into crypto prior to this year, but you know, it was more I'll buy like a tiny bit of something, and then I'd forget about it for 6 months, and I'd check in 6 months later just to see what it was up.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, man.
Solid strategy. I feel like you're probably doing pretty well.
Then we got to, I think it was February this year when I first came across Wax, and
that's early.
You know, there wasn't really any sort of media sites or anything. I was just following, 2 or 3 different artists. So Creek was one of the first people I followed. Digital Ducks. I used to sort of religiously sit in my PC, wait for that timer to go down on every single drop that they did. And And after a while, when I was following like 4 or 5 artists, I couldn't sort of track in my head when all these people were dropping. So I thought, I might as well make something for myself. So I made myself a little like Word document. And then I realized, some other people might find this useful. So I posted one to Instagram first. That's where the first one went up. And people seemed to like it. So I just kept doing them every Sunday. And, it fleshed out from there to, well, if I'm covering all these jobs, I might as well interview these people and get some more context so people can get to know them better. And, that's gone from interviews and schedules to articles and streams and everything else that I now do. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey.
Yeah, very organic progression.
Yeah, that is kind of fun to see how the sausage is made here.
That's the website. If you guys haven't seen it, like they interviewed us. I think it's the best interview we've done in print. Like very well researched. You also added we didn't send you any pictures and stuff, and you just added all the pictures and all the hyperlinks to all the collaborators and Twitter posts, and that was really, really well done. So I was very surprised. And then I started hanging out in your community more.
The NFT Insider interviews with all the projects that you put out, even if I don't know the project, just because how well put together they are, that just reading the interview is enough of a I now know the project, the creator, and the trajectory of the project after reading one of those interviews, which is damn. The content you put out is well worth the time that it takes.
That's pretty great for a 10-minute read to get all that in a succinct way. I think that's easier said than done. Less is more.
No, for sure. 100% is way easier said than done. But you've done it in a way where it's it's almost I really like the show Hot Ones on YouTube, and I'll watch the guy interview people I don't know because he's just really fucking good at interviewing. I feel like that about NFT Insider in the NFT space, where it's I don't really care who he's talking to. It's just I'm a fan of NFT Insider because the interviews are so thorough and well done that it's worth.
I didn't see this.
Know who it is.
But Max, we need to read this. How to make a collection book. This is how you do you complete the sets on AtomicHub. We don't have one for our Metaphors app, but we do for Genesis.
Oh shit, we
can make our own collection book.
See, there's another thing very worth putting your
that was stuck at 6 though, right?
Yeah. He wrote
stuck at 6.
He wrote a guide for how to do it sort of before we had a UI. We've now just published, live on AtomicHub. We now have a UI that can do a majority of it for you. I can get the link for you. But some of the things that Stuck mentions are things that I don't believe you can do with the new UI. So it's still useful to check it out as well. So,
hell yeah, that's awesome. I really like AtomicHub. I think is coming up with their usability side of the tools. You can do a lot of stuff on AtomicHub if you know how to use blocks well. But I think it's really nice that they're starting to kind of pivot into a UI for non-blocks users, which if we're trying to cater to the artists, it's usually not the technical crowd, in my experience. I mean, but maybe there's definitely overlap. Some artists are very technical. I don't want to generalize everybody.
I mean, we've got a bunch of updates coming up in the next couple of weeks through to the end of 2021 that should really help on the sort of user experience front, both for collectors and for creators as well. So
yeah,
I wish I could talk more about them, but I have to bite my tongue for the time being. But there's some cool things coming.
Do you have
a few of them, but I'm also not sure what to bring up. What is not what is exclusive to some of those private channels that we're part of.
I will say the private rep channel on AtomicHub is one of my favorite Discord channels just in general. The amount of information passed through creators to other creators there is that's the chat we were all missing before, I think. Which I think actually Stuck at 6 kind of made a Wax creator channel that was similar, but it didn't get the same traction that the AtomicHub official channel does, where definitely brought in creators that were not in that kind of smaller creator chat that I was in.
Yeah. It's just cool to see so many people talking about collaborations and helping each other with, back end stuff or, arranging what time the drops are going to be so they don't clash and all this sort of thing. It's just awesome to see.
I guess that's another question is, how did you link up with the AtomicHub? I mean, obviously you're doing a great job, but I guess did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you? Did you already have a rapport with them before they reached out to you, or how did that work?
My first conversation with Jonah was an argument. I think I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just sort of laid into him via Twitter DMs, and we went back and forth for about half an hour, just having a go at each other. But no, after that, let's say, I wrote an update post on NFT Insider. I would say, I think it was late March, early June this year, and in passing, I mentioned that, oh, hey, it'd be cool to do this kind of thing full time. And, at the time I was selling adverts on the website, we were doing sponsored placements on the job schedules, etc. And that was basically helping to fund NFT Insider, even though I had a full-time job at the time.
Yeah.
That was helping to progress me into a way to doing it full time. But Jonah read that update article and sent me a DM and was like, hey, if you're looking to work on Wax full time, we're fully aware that our community outreach is pretty terrible. You would probably be quite a good fit for us. Shall we have a chat and see what comes of it? So, we had 3 or 4 calls back and forth and managed to figure something out that worked for both of us. So, yeah, then AtomicHub basically purchased NFT Insider, and now I work for them full time.
I think it's been a pretty great fit because, that was our main beef with AtomicHub is we just couldn't contact them. It's so hard to get in contact with them, and they didn't really have any outreach to the community. Yeah. And then
even once we were in a relationship with them where we were paying them for services directly, it was still coin toss if you could get them.
It took us a full month. We were like, hey man, we want to pay you $8,000, but they wouldn't we couldn't even get them to reply to our DMs. And then Bob tagged him in a public channel, and then he blocked Bob because he tagged him in a public channel. We're just trying to get you to read the DMs, man. How do we? And they we emailed, and they're like, no, we won't respond to emails. Only DM us on Telegram. We're like, but you won't respond to our DMs on Telegram. What is going on here? So I do think this new system, especially the private channels, I can tag one of them in those channels now, and they actually go and they'll read through that because there's not as much spam. So
I think we had other creators bug Jonah for us to then read the DMs that we had sent him, and that eventually worked out. Once we broke the seal, it was relatively good, but to get to that initial point of contact, first contact was hard.
Yeah, I remember that sort of thing happening.
And now you fast forward, he's on streams now.
Yeah, and he's doing weekly YouTube videos and all sorts. So, it's nice to see Jonah and to be fair, the rest of the AtomicHub team sort of get out there and be more community facing.
Yeah. You guys also do weekly streams in that Discord, right? But that's only for the private reps, or do you also do public ones?
So we do a Monday call for the project reps just to update them on sort of where the site's headed, and then on Tuesdays we do sort of a general stage call in the Discord where we just basically answer questions that the community has.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Just that little step. It also just shows that AtomicHub is willing to grow and do other things, which was great because I know a lot of people are worried for a while. They're just kind of staying static, but with the new stuff they're working on, there's definitely I'm getting excited about AtomicHub again.
I really like there's one directly pointed at the creators too, to be like, okay, the platform's nothing if there's nothing to buy on it. And so to have a direct point of contact and hey, I want you to be invested in my platform, I think is a huge step and a huge says a lot about what the creators mean to them,
And they're helping promote, they're doing sponsored promotions, and the creators get to vote for other creators, and whoever the creators the most get to be promoted through AtomicHub. And Creek was just voted. I voted for Creek for that because I'm a big fan. I actually really need the AtomicHub Mooney I don't have yet, the one that was in those packs. So I was not able to get one of those giveaway packs, and I'm they're pretty expensive on AtomicHub, but I'm that's one of the ones I'm watching.
Yeah.
Oh man, you both are creators. I want to be in that special chat.
We gotta get you in there, Mark.
I want to be in the Insiders Club here.
I'll see if I can add you now.
I feel AtomicHub joining with NFT Insider really, to me, maybe because I'm biased because of my side of what I'm exposed to in the Wax chain as a creator and as a collector, but to me it shows more an understanding of what's actually happening in the space of Wax versus partnering with someone like Just Learn Crypto or something that maybe has a bigger potentially audience appearing to the outside looking in. But when you're on the inside, at least on the inside where I'm sitting, they don't seem to be part of these communities, whereas NFT Insight clearly is. And
that's the thing that I was going to say about
they know that they're not just looking at metrics from the outside as much as they understand the space because they're part of it. And the projects that seem to come up through NFT Insider and through AtomicHub that get promoted that way seem like more projects that are part of the space versus I feel like the Wax official team to me has a bit of a disconnect from the
the Wax official partners with projects that I really wouldn't consider to be the pulse of the space. That one seems a little out of touch to me.
You don't think Miss Universe is the pulse of
network too? I would assume who's going to have their finger on the pulse, probably the official team. And if I don't know anything and didn't do my due diligence, that might mislead me into buying stuff that has no real community. So again, I'm a huge fan of like NFT Insider in that way.
Well, that's the thing I learned after they did our interviews. I joined their Discord, and they have a community. It's not just a publication. Like, they have a very active Discord and community, and I learned about it because a lot of the members in our Discord are a part of that community, and they were harassing the shit out of me. They're like, "Please talk to NFT Insider," and I was like, "Okay." And then they're like, "Make a neon Timmy," and I was like, "Okay, maybe we'll do that." But like, I joined that, and then like, there's really good giveaways going on at NFT Insider. Like, you were giving away lots of cool NFTs, and like lots of cool projects were giving you NFTs to give away, and like, I don't know, it was a great community. So I was like, oh, this is definitely like,
it's a real community, not just like numbers on a viewer like board, which is like, I don't know. Again, I might be biased because I'm in this community. Maybe there is a larger community over there, but I just don't see it. And it's like, you know, I feel like I spend a lot of time in the wax space and in the NFT collecting communities, and it's strange to me that I don't know anybody who is like into those sides of the thing, but those have such big numbers. So
it is definitely possible. Like, I don't know a lot of people playing Farmers World, but that doesn't mean there's not a lot of people playing Farmers World. So it is easy to get stuck in your bubble of your community, and there are other communities outside our community. So I don't think that's like 100% a metric to measure.
I'm biased, but like from my bias, this is perfect for me.
I agree. And also, like, I greatly prefer Discord over Telegram, and a lot of the groups were in Telegram trying to do news and stuff. So NFT Insider is definitely the one that I wanted to go to. But and that was like, you know, before we got interviewed, and after we got interviewed, I was super biased, but then found even more stuff I liked about it.
So do you have like a background in like writing or marketing or things like that? Does that play to like your career strengths, or was this just like you kind of stumbled into it and then just learned on the go?
I mean, I've always enjoyed writing. I think ever since I was like, 15, 16 years old, I've always written, even if it's for nobody else except for me. You know, whether I've written about hobbies or, on my personal website, I've maintained a blog for an amount of time. I've just enjoyed writing, and it just felt natural that when I got into Wax NFTs, that becomes something I write about, especially because there was nobody else doing it at the time. And there was nobody sort of filling that void of that content void, basically, at the time that I joined. I just saw a gap for myself and went for it, and now here I am.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah, that's great. Damn, I'm a big fan of this. Like, god damn. When you work with AtomicHub, how does that partnership like affect what you do for NFT Insider, or is it still kind of independent? And I think that was part of what you were saying when you joined up. Part of the condition was that like it's not like an advertisement platform. It's still a news platform or an interview.
Yeah. So, I mean, being part of AtomicHub has meant that I no longer have to run ads on NFT Insider, which, I mean, to me anyway, I think is better in a lot of ways. That we don't have, articles that people can just, pay me a couple of $100 and stick an article up. Because I think it detracts from sort of the genuineness of the content that I put out. But AtomicHub don't really have anything to do with NFT Insider on a day-to-day. It's still me writing everything. It's still me managing the entire website. It's just that they happen to now own the brand, so to speak. We're thinking about ways to integrate NFT Insider and AtomicHub. Nothing's, fully fleshed out yet, but
yeah, that's really cool though. I'm really excited with the direction that AtomicHub's headed, with like the new NFT creator tools that I think they're like teasing coming out soon and all that. Like, do you know any insider things that you're like most excited about that you could tease? That that are
any insider things that are not inside that are not public.
Maybe things that about that you're excited about that you could tease and get me excited about.
I mean, there's a bunch of things I know, obviously, but I'm sort of quite limited in what I can talk about.
Exactly.
I think I did push an update in the project reps chat today about a beta for a particular feature that's coming soon.
I got that before this.
I can't talk publicly about it, but that should. Yeah. I mean, fingers crossed. If we, after a bit of feedback and if everything's okay, that'll be pushed soon, and that should be really cool. I'm
in that chat, so I was like curious if we could even talk about what is being posted in there because I'm very excited.
Not yet, unfortunately, but
I figured.
Yeah, but it should be fun when it's pushed, and there's a bunch of updates on that sort of scale that will be hitting AtomicHub relatively shortly. So.
Wax NFTs have like this, transaction environment with the like zero cost or I guess zero fee transaction, not zero cost transaction, but the zero fee transaction makes it possible to do a bunch of things like, like the blendings or like a bunch of just much more active things than you see being done with NFTs in other spaces. And I really love like the tools that like Nifty Blocks is putting out with like the blends, the like pre-mint pack kind of creation stuff too. Mm-hmm. And I like, without really knowing anything of the inside workings of either side of this, I feel like the tools being made by Nifty are lighting a fire on the side of like Atomic to make some, and it's like, as collectors and creators, we're going to end up with like a bunch of really cool tools to like create utility for NFT assets. That like you can't even like, I mean, blending them to get new ones is already like, that's not that complicated of a concept now that it exists. But before that was even like a thing, like that wasn't something I thought about doing with my NFTs.
I mean, try to tell someone on Ether about blending NFTs, and they're like, "What? Like you're spending gas fees to get less NFTs?" It's like that's not how it works on Wax. So like, yeah, it's definitely. I still think for us, because we've been doing it for months, it's a concept where it's like, yeah, everybody knows what blending is, but I really do not think that's the case.
I'm just so excited about like that innovation that we're seeing with like, these markets are creating that, like the tools for that innovation for the creators, and then like the way that the creators take it and create, like, I mean, just with our own collection where it's like you can blend, you can turn the NFT into FTs and back and forth, so that like all that stuff is like it creates all these interesting like dynamics just within the collection without like having them. I don't know, it's very cool. I'm really excited to see what kind of like future innovations come down the line from these marketplaces competing for creating utility for like all these brands. I know it's really
wow, we have a first-time viewer here asking what is an NFT. Right, that's a very deep rabbit hole.
We'll throw it to our guest here.
That's a good question. Yeah, do you have a good? Yeah, you have like an easy answer for that?
You have an elevator pitch for NFTs for new people?
Oh man, I'm usually terrible at answering these things without rambling, but I'll give it a shot. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. So it is basically a digital asset with provable ownership via a blockchain. So the easiest way to describe it is if you're into sort of any sort of game whatsoever, be it Fortnite or I don't know, CS:GO or Call of Duty, etc., you'll have skins. And if a game such as Fortnite were to incorporate NFTs, then perhaps your skins would be NFTs. You'd be able to sell them on a marketplace. You'd be able to trade them with other people. But that's sort of a very sort of base layer for what NFTs can do. You can stake them and generate currency. You can blend them together. You could do all sorts of weird and wonderful things with NFTs. That's probably not a fantastic explanation.
I did that pretty well.
That was pretty fucking solid.
Okay,
the super short thing I would say is like NFT is a way to assign digital ownership to digital items, and then you can take that ownership with you outside of the game. Like you're saying about Fortnite, and you could sell it on a marketplace. I don't really play Fortnite, but there might already be a marketplace inside Fortnite. An NFT would make it possible for you to take your ownership out of the marketplace in Fortnite and sell it on eBay.
And Jeff, you mean our soundboard is not working? Carlos Matos didn't actually die, right? Because that's going to be tragic for me. Sorry to interrupt the chat, but that's important.
Yeah, I use game utility as the best, like to people who are like, because like casually I'll talk to friends like, hey, what are you up to? Say, oh, well, I'm running NFT brands with my friends. Like, they're like, oh, weird. So you're selling memes, right? It's like, no, we're not selling memes. Well, I mean, it's not completely untrue, but still, like, but yeah, I feel like the biggest way to make people understand, I always either use like CS:GO skins or World of Warcraft items. Of like, everyone's probably played CS:GO, Fortnite, or World of Warcraft. Be like, so you remember all that time you took to get Thunder Fury, and then you were tired of like how you sold your life away to get Thunder Fury? What if you were able to cash out of World of Warcraft but still retain the value of what you put into getting Thunder Fury? And
even more realistic example is you actually could cash out. I'm the degenerate that was buying World of Warcraft accounts on eBay when I was in high school. And if they figured out you were buying an account on eBay, the account got banned. So you had to do it all like, it was so sketchy because you had to like not, they couldn't play the account name.
What if you could buy that account directly and the game developer gets a cut of this transaction? And then when you're done playing the game, you can sell the account again And again, the developer takes a cut too, so it's a win for you.
But also, it's
got to play the
trustless.
game
That's the
and
main
got to
thing.
recover some of the funds. It's a win for the next guy who's getting to play the game at a little bit of a cheaper entry price, and it's a win for the game developer because they're getting a cut of all of these transactions.
It's sketchy for the buyer though before, because like when I bought a World of Warcraft account, if they told me their account name, they would get banned. So I had to assume this person was not lying to me about their account was, and I couldn't verify what their character was in World of Warcraft because if they told me they would get banned. So it's like this huge trust thing where they might just be scamming you. And like that was the super sketchy thing about trying to buy and sell stuff on the aftermarket, because it's not sanctioned by the companies, but all of this is legal above board and supported by the people making the games. So it's not, it's trustless and it actually works.
And instead of trusting each other in this system, you both parties trust the blockchain rather than trusting the opposite party. So because you trust the technology behind these transactions and these signatures, you don't have to trust the person making them. It's very easy to verify that an item is legitimately what it says it is if you can just click on it and look on the blockchain and check that it was authored by the manufacturer of the game that you think it's part of. It's makes basically verifying legitimacy of digital ownership accessible to anybody without like a technical background. It's gonna catch on for sure. You should pay attention. It's very fun. Early days.
What made me understand it is Alien Worlds. Like, I didn't understand NFTs when people were like, you can buy a meme. I was like, or I could just download a JPEG. What the hell are you talking about? But it wasn't until I started, like, which is actually how I got into it, is I was trying to get CryptoMonkeys. But CryptoMonkeys led me to TLM. And then I was like, oh, shit. Like, these items, when you buy better ones, make you better at the game. And, like, that is an economy I understand as a gamer. And I've been doing that my entire life. So, like, I was sold so quickly when I found Alien Worlds. I mean, it also helped that TLM got added to Binance after I bought it, and then I had money to buy into all these other games on the network. But
and it's frustrating because a lot of the big publications and like big hubbub about NFTs is like, oh, someone bought Charlie Bit My Finger for like $1 million. It's like we run an NFT brand, and I think that's stupid.
Yeah, don't buy a Pet Rock NFT. You should buy a Pet Rock that's not an NFT either. It's dumb when it wasn't an NFT. It's dumb when it's an NFT. Don't buy that crap.
Yeah. So I wish some of the really nuanced and very complex and interesting projects and the governance that gets involved with it, the community engagement that gets involved, the interaction of NFTs with each other, the staking utility, that's the kind of stuff. Or like the proof of ownership that gives you access to a thing like Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like because you owned a Bored Ape, you could go to this party with like, major celebrities and musicians that also own Bored Apes, like doing a concert. Like that's really cool, and that's what brings the interesting parts to.
I also think the general public's missing the community of the NFTs. Like, a lot of NFTs are really valuable because of the community you enter in by purchasing that NFT, and the other people that collect that NFT have similar interests, and that community has value. And like people just don't get that at all when they're outside of this space.
That's what elevates it from a JPEG.
They're like, it's just a bunch of tech bros like jerking each other off with memes, and it's like not really. Like I've met a lot of people in the space that I would not consider tech bros even a little bit. Like I wouldn't even consider us tech bros really. I guess we are now at this point because we have an NFT brand, but like I wouldn't have said I was a tech bro before this.
Tech douche, yeah. Hydro, what was the first NFT thing that you found where you were like, oh my god, like NFTs fucking make sense to me? Like for Lewis, he said it was his Alien Worlds. Do you remember what your like intro to NFTs was, where you had that aha or that clicking moment? Because I feel like everybody kind of had that. Because personally, I mean, you got to have heard of NFTs as like nonsense, right? First. But there must be like an exposure moment. What was that?
It's a good question. I think, like I said, when I first came to Wax, it was Digital Ducks and Creek. And I just thought, especially Creek's Moonies, I just thought, these are pretty cool. And, they're limited. And I could own one. And, I'm sure other people think these are cool. But on a blockchain gaming front, when I got in, obviously, Our Planet and Alien Worlds were like huge when I first came in. And, I found out what staking was. And then, how you can transfer your NFTs and they generate stuff. And then you can sell that on. I was like, I think that's when the cogs started turning. And then as we've gone through this year and we've seen more and more blockchain games come out with more what I've called actual gameplay. Now it's really all guns blazing, and I can see with every blockchain game that comes out now, it's like with Immersis, it's basically an MMO. It's the foundations of an MMO there, and you've got a plethora of other things that can generate you earning potential, and it's.
Immersive is honestly what I was hoping Uplift would be. Like when I first heard about Uplift, I was like, oh, like Uplift is gonna be like Alien Worlds, except when I mine stuff, it's gonna be an NFT in my wallet, so I'll actually be able to mine gold and have gold. Which didn't end up working that way. But Immersive, like the novelty of mining something and then having it just mint into my wallet still has not worn off. Every single time I get a little dopamine rush, I'm like, yes, like I just got a new NFT.
Yeah, it really embodies the play to earn. Like when that NFT hits my wallet, like I've truly played to earn at that point.
Yeah, it's also the gameplay. Like you're not competing with bots and farms
It's all
of
real
like,
people.
script codes and stuff. Like it's just you can't bot that game, which is like it's why the economy won't collapse like these like bot games when the bots move on to the next more profitable like bottable game. I don't know. I mean, do your own research, obviously, always. It is, you know, when it comes to this ownership kind of stuff, it is some of these games will ask for ridiculous price tags for their game items. And it's always important for me to take a step back and be like, I'm playing a game. Am I really trying to spend $120 a day to play a video game? You know, and that's because that's what the value of this is currently. And if those prices stop making sense to me, I find myself selling more and more these days when it's like, that's why I can't play Farmer's World. Basically, it's like it might be an amazing game. I really don't know. It's just that the price of playing the game is, you know, thousands of dollars. And
we also rode the peak of our planet, and we saw it go from like, oh, when you reinvest at the top, that is not necessarily a good idea if it ends up crashing. So like, we're now just a lot more like not like when we first got in the space. It's like every project we're investing in is 10xing. So let's just throw money at every new thing.
Oh yeah,
and then that didn't sustain. So we definitely are a little less likely to just throw all of our hard-earned wax on the newest project, but I still buy too much stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely an addiction for me.
What new projects are you interested in? Like besides Immersis, like are there any other games or collectibles we should be checking out since you do kind of have your finger on the pulse?
Yeah, it's a good question. I said this to somebody the other day. I think especially lately, the more I've been working on NFT Insider, the less and less NFTs I've been buying, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. I think it's just because, I mean, one, I'm busy as hell and don't really have the time to track this kind of thing. So it sort of really takes something that stands out to me for me to be like, oh, you know, I want to buy into these. So one, it's not a blockchain game, but one drop that I raved about recently was Senor Lupe's Series 2 of his Chummies.
I really like that project too. I think his distribution is like the smartest distribution of a profile picture project and like generative project on Wax. Mm-hmm. It's like clearly the demand for PFP projects is not what it is on Ether on Wax. So all these people trying to sell 10,000 can't. So the fact that he only puts out like, I don't know, is it 100 at a time or 200 at a time? Like
100 at a time, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the fact that he's slowly distributing them and might get to 10K eventually. It's like, I don't know, it's just working so much better. It makes sense. Yeah. And also it's introducing people on this network to profile pictures. So I think it is good for like expanding Wax into like getting them in.
You can choose the one you want
and as you go, you know.
Nice.
Yeah. That's your isn't that your Discord profile picture?
It is, yeah. It is probably the most entertaining Twitter feed in the Wax community as well. Every single tweet is hilarious. So if you've not checked it out, go and check out his tweets. They're brilliant.
Yeah, I was bummed that I missed it. The drops, they sold out pretty quick. Pretty much every minute when they were going live. Someone was watching theirs. Oh damn.
Let's see, I just I bought some Timmys to give away if we want to do some marble races.
Oh, awesome.
Did some Timmy stickers. Let me share what those look like. I also we were talking about maybe doing a Neon Timmy a while ago, but I'm still interested in doing that. I don't know. Max is the visual art team, but he kind of looks like Beaker from Muppets. I like this look.
Yeah, everybody says that. You know, people have been like, you know, one day you're gonna get a letter through the door. Like,
didn't he actually based it on like
he resembles the
logo that was based on that
from Beaker?
Any likeness to Beaker was completely unintentional. I can see why people are like, you know, it reminds me of Beaker, but
I feel like
I like him. I think he's a great logo.
It definitely is not like Beaker. Come on. Yeah, that would be a stretch. I feel like you could win that court case. That's fucking great though. The Timmy.
That could transfer pretty well to a neon sign.
I like the verified check mark too. That's great. It's like the verified whitelisted symbol for AtomicHub.
Yeah, it's cool to have seen so many people play about with it and sort of put their own spin on Timmy. Because when I was doing interview cards before, I'd always invite whoever I was interviewing if they wanted to do sort of their own iteration of of Timmy, and I've got a list of I think 90% of them on the website, and they're insane.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. So you have like a bunch of different like collectors versions of Timmy's.
Yeah, on the web, like some people obviously like.
NFTs? Can I go through and collect them all?
Yeah, so on the NFT Insider website, if you go to the actually I'll stick it in private chat.
Yeah.
But if you scroll down to the collab section, I've got not all of them are there. It's like some of the more recent ones I've done with Popcorp aren't up on the site yet, but there's some like pixel art versions of Timmy. There's obviously Creek's sort of 3D Mooney version.
Oh yeah.
All sorts of like weird and wonderful things. It's just cool to have seen this character that I basically made in like an hour turn into this like. He's now got a story, you know. He's turned into this
cultural icon at this point.
Yeah.
I like the AtomicHub with the sunglasses. He looks like a real badass.
Yeah.
We really need to get some of those AtomicHub hats. I would pay money for an AtomicHub hat.
I'd wear an AtomicHub hat. I don't even wear hats, but that's a sick hat.
I was
also,
asking.
I feel like if anybody recognized that in public, I would immediately be friends with them. Like, I would want to wear that in public just to hopefully attract the one other fucking nut job in Los Angeles that's collecting wax stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day where I wear a neon space shirt in public and someone's like, "Oh, holy shit." I've gotten some comments like, "Oh, that's a really cool logo," but no one's been like, "Oh, fuck yeah, neon space." So we'll see. One day.
Yeah. One day. Damn, that's fucking cool. I like the Mooney one too. He's got the hair. The Moonies always just look so cool.
Creek smashes it out of the park with every single Mooney he does.
Yeah.
I've mentioned a couple of times on stream that I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, whether I'll do it like a charity stream myself, or I think there's a few of us keep sort of talking about whether we should do like a 3 or 4 day long stream event or whatever the case may be. But I'd really like at some point to make Mooney Timmy's hair, or to dye my hair like Mooney Timmy, and make that either like a follow goal for the Twitch or like a donation goal if I do a charity stream or something. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be good.
My hair's long enough to be able to do it.
Yeah,
so.
like I was gonna say, you got to spike it up too. Yeah, that's great.
We've been looking for more streamer point rewards on our channel. The next one we might do is Max will stand up for a stream, because our chat likes to think that Max is unable to stand up because he's normally lying down on the couch while streaming. So
yeah, I'm sitting up for today's. So I like there's a Timmy Llama too from AtomicHub.
There's currently really nothing you can get in Neon Space on Immersis. We have our own playable zone in Immersis, which is Neon City, which if you look at our NFTs, we render the NFTs out of Neon City. That's like the zone that our NFTs live in on the actual NFTs themselves, but then you can also go explore it. But we are working on adding more stuff to Neon City, but yeah, currently it's kind of just like alpha or beta or whatever you want to call it.
We applied for a shop too, so I'm trying put in some items that you can craft that are like neon items.
I can't say long term though. I think our plan is to further develop Neon City, to add maybe even like some sort of crafting game within, because we would like to make gaming items, and Max does 3D work, and he doesn't quite work in the same gaming engine as what they do, but it's like very close. So we're hoping we can make some sort of like clothing or costumes or something, and then if we can make our own game, hopefully you can like gather resources to craft those costumes within Neon City. But that's all like, we haven't paid to do that yet. That might happen down the line. It might not. Like, that's an idea we've had, and that's our goal. But like, you know, until it's actualized, I'm not going to say it's happening, and we haven't like really done what we need to do to make that happen. But that is like kind of our long-term goal.
There is for sure going to be a Wax Arena partner dungeon, Neon Space. That is,
yeah, we'll be in Wax Arena whenever they add the partner dungeons. The actual dungeons are supposed to come out either like later tonight or tomorrow, but that's going to be like the Wax Arena dungeon. And I don't know what the timeline is, but the next step is like adding partner dungeons.
Yeah, it's yeah,
I'm pretty excited for that.
Like it's a gaming blockchain like Wax, and so adding gaming utility to our collection is definitely something we're interested in. And the fact that you can do it with all this, like the way these assets all work, it's fucking awesome.
All right, I'm gonna quickly play our Marble intro. We have a audio cue for everybody that they like.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, type !play if you'd like to join the giveaway. This will be first place gets the AtomicHub sweet sunglasses Timmy, and then second and third will just get the normal Timmy.
I'm officially pumped up.
Also, sorry to the people who've been trying to do our soundboard. We don't turn soundboards on when there's interviews because we know you would just spam inappropriate things in the middle of interviews.
It would get exceptionally distracting.
We appreciate it when we don't have guests on, but if our guests aren't aware of how weird our show gets, then it might freak them out.
I'm all for this show getting weird. So.
Oh man, we've been getting spicy too. It's the new thing.
Yeah, there's some suggestions that we create a neon spice sign. Let the spice flow. So when we get extra ranty about things we're frustrated with on the wax base on the stream, we just get extra spicy, the neon spice.
Paul is saying we should have a soundbite of from like SNL. One of the characters says spicy.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking Bill Hader as
Stefan.
Yeah, spicy.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody, and especially Hydro. We appreciate you finally coming on and being able to chop it up with you.
Yeah, no, thank you for bringing me on. It's cool. I just hang out and just chill with you guys.
Nice. Yeah,
we're definitely down to keep hanging, and we do like I think we invited you to the last poker, but we do like poker nights and like gaming stuff. And it would be cool to do like a big like streamer immersis where we all stream immersis or something at the same time. And like I definitely like to link up with you on the gaming side of stuff too.
Yeah. I'd definitely be down for that. I think one of you guys contacted me for one of the last poker nights you did, and something came up last minute. But
yeah,
I'm down for the next one.
Mark is our poker.
We're trying to do it like once a month, I think. But on Wednesdays we do like a community one where we just play with people and we put up the prizes. There's no buy-in, so if you want to just come casually kick it, no interview style,
we'd have to do it earlier time zone thing. He doesn't like, or maybe I don't know. Like we'd probably have to make it a little earlier because now it's already kind of late for him.
I don't really mind. I mean, lately I've been going to bed at like 5-6 a.m.
Okay, so you're on my schedule, so you'll be up.
I feel like most other creators, or just in general, the space operates in the latter half of the day.
That's how Sammy Steak is. I'm always trying to like go around his schedule, and he's up at like 5 in the morning, and I'm like, why did I go out of my way to like make our thing in like a normal time for you, and you're not up at normal times?
Yeah, we had Sammy on to kick it, and he was getting very distracted by those sound bites. That was like the first day we had implemented the sound bites, and so we were just spamming like crazy. And so he's in the middle of a sentence like, do I stop talking? But this is like every 2 seconds, so like I'm never gonna get a sentence out.
There's a lot of Carlos Matos. That's why I brought him up earlier. Yeah. We have Carlos Matos sound bites.
A lot of big connects.
What's up?
Early on, he did stop talking, and then like as it went on, he just started to power through.
We also pretty much power through it now. I try to get better at putting it in gaps, but sometimes I can't tell when Max is done with the sentence, and it just happens in the middle of his talking.
Have we added? That's a scam.
I have not. I soundbited. I just haven't added it.
You gotta get that one.
I mean, literally, we just go from BitConnect and have like a whole plethora of sound bites that work.
I also wanted to add the "It's Time" one. It's time.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. That one worked really well for marbles.
Yeah, for sure. I also, I've been liking he who controls the spice controls the universe.
Is that from Dune?
Yeah,
that's from Dune.
I'll have to try to find that one too.
It's topical based on the the recent spice binge.
And, congrats to Token Girls. That's a creator on Wax. Shout out. I think that's probably John. Fierce the Third, last season champion, and CB Teddy are our 3 winners. And we will just hop into the next race if you want to type exclamation point. Play, same prizes. AtomicHub Timmy for first, and then regular Timmy for second and third.
Oh yeah.
And then after this, we're going to be on I think that's actually why Mark just left. But we're going to be on Agora's stream. Actually, Mark's back right now with collecting coins. What time is collecting coins thing out? Is that right after this?
It's in an hour.
Okay, so we have a little time. I thought it was happening like literally like in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Sick. There's a little overlap.
Yeah, so that was the plan. We don't get nearly as ranty and go long when we have other people on. We don't want to force newcomers to follow our rabbit.
Yeah. What do you? How about this, Hydro? What are you like upset about recently in the wax?
Man.
Let's go, spicy time.
Oh man. Right. If I could generalize, the number of like phishing scams and stuff that are like hitting AtomicHub, especially at the minute, is ridiculous. And you know,
Oh, yeah. It's because there's money to be made now.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
totally. I totally understand like why these scammers are incentivized to do it. It's just a pain in the neck, you know, because there's not too much we can really do.
We had fucking Waxy Serpent in our stream the other day. He's like, "What's up, guys?" And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're actually a part of this community?" And then he was like, and then we're like talking shit about him. He's like, "I'm not a scammer, I promise." It's like, we understand you're not a scammer, but you're taking all of the free stuff that we're trying to share with our community, so you're ruining the Wax community. Like, don't come in here and pretend. And he gave away a claim link. He's like, "Here's a claim link for everybody." We're like, "Get the fuck out of here, Waxy Serpent."
Beat it, dude.
But it was weird seeing him show up on a stream. Like, it's like there's a real person behind this, which upsets me even more. I like to believe it's some robot bot that doesn't have feelings.
Real quick, so for those of you that are new to the Marble races, I'm posting a link to a form. Just to make sure if you haven't filled it out before, we have your Wax wallet so we know where to send the prizes. So if you haven't done so, please do so. If you've done it at least once, then you don't need to do it again.
And 15th the 1st, yes, every time you try to install Immersis, it says it's going to give you a massive virus.
Oh, yeah.
The Windows Defender does not like Immersis, but so far it has not given my computer a virus.
Yeah, even though
do your own research.
If you don't follow those spam links, just the sheer volume of them is insane. Like I get like 10 a day. It's ridiculous. So like,
yeah,
do not join Rarity Sniper for Ether projects if you don't just want 10 profile picture spams a day.
Yeah, Ethereum is way worse about it for sure.
I believe Great Ape. Like Great Ape Society, I just had to leave because like every day I get spam from them.
Everybody just like tries to shill you like nonsense, dude.
Yeah, we've had to
basically. I guess it's already a like nonsense project is probably why that's the case. I just like the Great Apes, so I like, you know, I'm happy with them in my wallet and with my like account, not in the spam Discord.
Minxie has a question: how to make a Wax wallet? What is the Wax wallet website? It's just a wallet.wax.io, right?
Yeah.
That is it.
And you can link it.
You can sign in with like Facebook or Google or whatever you want. Like, and then
you can link it to your Gmail or some other social login options. I like having them on my Gmail personally.
You'd be able to do a few things very easily with that wallet, but you should also try to source some Wax to stake a little bit to your CPU. Otherwise, you'll run into issues.
Or it is like a lot harder than it used to be. Like,
Discord and let me know what your wallet address is. I can stake some for you.
It used to be like sign up for Alien Worlds, mine some TLM, sell that TLM, get a little more CPU, and then you're just good to go. Now it's like you can't even play Alien Worlds unless you have somebody help you with CPU.
But, yeah.
Wow, look at that marble, dude. That's dope. It's a TV.
It's just straight TV.
Yeah, the subscribers get TVs. So shout out, thanks for subscribing, 2000 Cavalrissimo. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. That's super dope. Damn. It just like cruises down the track. You should find the TV next time when you're rolling. I want to see it just like. Does it like tumble or does it just like?
Yeah, it tumbles. I can also show you. We have a. Let's see, because you can choose shapes for like all of them. Our shapes right now are. We've got the TV, the tube TV, the Morbi, and the egg. Because we also have an egg that rolls around. If you like, see, that's shout out to the neon egg that you have to react to get a roll in our Discord. That's how we prove you're not a bot. That's a
basically at least for the spam stuff, we've made it so if you join the Discord, you can't see the member list until you've reacted with something. So the people that join a Discord don't do anything, but then have the member list that they can spam. It at least reduces the amount of people that they could potentially just send junk to, you know. But the bots piece is just, I don't know if there's a good answer for it. Even stuck at 6 p.m.'s tools for like Discord don't purely get rid of the.
We've just been. I mean, I copied AtomicHub, and we just use the giveaway bot now. The giveaway bot is a lot easier to manage. It doesn't automatically send to the person who claims it. So if like Waxy Serpent wins our giveaway bot thing, I'm not fucking sending it to him. So like, it's a lot easier to kind of manage. And it does suck. It's one extra step for people that want to give away stuff. But like, you know, we can't have nice things because people ruined giving away free. Claim links are just broken as far as I'm concerned. And also, I don't even trust DMs because like, I was just like, oh, I'll DM you a claim link, but now it's like. I don't want people impersonating me on our server DMing people claim links, so it's like that doesn't even work. So I'm sort of just inclined to be like, don't fuck with claim links. Claim links are a bad idea.
Claim links are getting sketchy. Yeah, I agree with that too. That's definitely a frustrating thing in the Wax space at the moment.
Yeah, there's also, people that like create accounts that make it look like they're an ME6 bot, and then they try to
they've been doing that ultra rare
at the same time when new people join, so that they like basically can do a phishing scam if they time it out right. It's like,
Real
man,
quick,
the level
exclamation
of-
point play, audio cue. I know people get mad when I don't announce it. Last giveaway for some Timmies.
Sorry, Max, what were you gonna say?
Huh? Oh yeah, just agreeing with Hydro's like frustration. It's annoying, all the like botters and like fishers and like scamming coming up a bit. And especially as someone who like gives away a lot of prize NFTs, it really makes a lot of work.
Yeah, it
to
makes our life
get
very
people.
difficult just to give people free stuff. And also, we could not give a shit and just feed bots, but like, I don't want to. Also, like, people gift us stuff to give away, and we're devaluing their collection if we're feeding it to bots because they just flip it under the aftermarket. So we're literally just like, so it's like, yeah, people aren't going to keep giving us stuff to give away if we're just feeding bots and like giving the wrong people money. So like, I sort of feel like it's our job to vet that stuff because I don't want our stuff to just be like feeding the wrong people on the network. We also have a rule on this race, by the way. If you win and you've never bought anything, we don't send prizes to you. So your Wax wallet must have something bought and you must actually collect NFTs. If you do nothing but sell NFTs and send that shit to Qcoin or Binance or Huboy, you will not receive an NFT. But yeah, as long as you collect anything, we're pretty cool about it.
Looking that shit up for everybody who wins
takes me time.
So
every single person that wins, I check.
Yeah, we like to give stuff away. We like to engage and give people these things, but yeah, the amount of
it's got to be people
it takes to do it the right way is a pretty significant time investment, which is unfortunate that a few bad actors kind of create that collateral damage.
The thing is that most people don't take the time to do the vetting and therefore do feed the bot machine, and that grows.
And that's why they keep making more of the bots because people are feeding them. If it wasn't profitable, they wouldn't spend time doing that crap.
And I mean, we purge our Discord numbers and our followings of like those bot and that nonsense because having all that fake shit in your account is how your members end up getting spammed with fucking bullshit like DMs. So purging that makes our numbers look lower than other creators who have like thousands and thousands of members in their Discord, and those numbers matter for them to land partnership deals with like relatively big, also unaware projects who then also, you know, they like it like feels like a lot of people are able to fail upwards by catering to this botting community crowd. And as a like creator who takes
that's also big on Ether with the whole like the invite competitions for the profile picture projects, and it's all just like people who don't actually want to collect the stuff and are just trying to get free stuff, and it's like hard to determine what the real community is and what is just like the smoke and mirrors. There's definitely a lot of that going on in this space.
How many times has Neon Space been like, hey, like DM your friends and try to get more fucking people in here to like buy or like show this shit on people? It's like not about that. If you're trying to make a collectible like that, you want people who like the artwork to buy. It's not about like getting it like pushed on you by like somebody. And then or asking people to push
I think Ether is worse about that than Wax. Though, like Ether is very much like,
but it's only because there's more money in it at the moment. And when the money, if the money's in Wax, it's going to be that bad here in no time. And if we as creators cater to that shit and make it profitable, then like don't be fucking surprised that that becomes like a big chunk of your effort to like fight it off because you grew it into this problem because you didn't care because you profited off of those fake numbers in the first place because people from the outside looking in care about those fake numbers because, you know, metrics are hard to understand if you're not, you know, intimately involved in these spaces.
For sure.
It's a really hard, like, it's not an easy problem to solve either. It's not like, hey, here's a solution to that and we can just do it. It's not that.
I do think we're getting hipper to it. Like, that's also what we talk about in the AtomicHub private channels as creators. It's been a big topic for all of us is like, what do we do about Waxy Serpent? What do we do about these people that are clearly exploiting our communities? But like, I feel like if we all band together and we can kind of keep these people out of the core community, we're getting better at doing that. But yeah, it's like, there isn't a perfect solution yet. I know Stuck at Six was talking about making like maybe even a blacklist and honeycomb, but then he's worried that a creator can just like get butthurt and like blacklist someone from every Wax server because like that's a little too much power for creators because you know humans aren't perfect and people will on the creator side maybe make some mistakes. But
and since you're the one who you do so much vetting of these wallets, like you know what it takes to understand if someone is legit and like the nuances between like a small collector and a bot or a cheater is very nuanced. And
yeah,
you know,
if somebody spent $2,
like, that's not acceptable at all.
If somebody spent $2 only on Wax, like they could be a bot or a multi-counter. It depends on what's in their wallet. If they bought nothing but Alien Worlds tools and that's all they've ever bought, that's a multi-account probably. If they're like actually collecting collectibles that don't have utility and they aren't just clearly using another account to play a game. So it's like you do need to have some like knowledge to know, like, because there are people who have multiple accounts who do spend and buy, and I've noticed that is happening more now. And there's some people I might be DMing who have been on our races a bunch who I'm pretty sure are multi-accounting, but they're just like, I bought $10 worth of stuff and it's only Alien Worlds tools, and that was 6 months ago, and I've never bought anything else. And I just enter all these free things, like starting to think those aren't real people. So we might have to change our rules because people are getting hip to our rules. It's a constantly moving target, but it's a huge pain in our ass for sure.
Yeah, when there's value on the line, people will like, you know, try to get a step ahead to get it, and it's I don't know.
My bot is also a lot higher than my sold in my account. I'd like to remedy that at some point, but for now, I'm definitely more of a buyer than a seller.
Well, someone mentioned earlier that I guess apparently NFT buys don't show up on the tracking data for AtomicHub.
On the NFT aftermarket?
I suppose that makes sense.
So if you bought stuff on the NFT aftermarket, it doesn't show you as buys on your AtomicHub account if you're using that as your metric. So I guess that's.
I imagine if you list your stuff for sale on NFT Market, it maybe doesn't show as sold on your Atomic metrics either.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess that's something to keep in mind since the NFT marketplace is.
I don't know. I don't really care if people sell more than they buy. I'm not expecting.
It's literally just buy anything. Yeah. Literally anything.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not asking people to lose money to participate in our events.
Yeah, if you've sold $100,000 worth and you've bought 10,000, way to go. Like,
yeah, like that's impressive. But we just don't want people who clearly don't participate or collect anything and are like, you can just see the wallets. They only do free claims and sell them. It's pretty obvious to someone who's in the space that like someone, because I know what all the free drops are, and it's all just a trash wallet. Like everything in their wallet is something that's worth. They have like 500 NFTs and it's worth like $20. Like that's what a wallet that multi-accounts looks like. But
I think the thing about the blacklist, like the communal blacklist, that I don't like is the whole like potential effect it has on legitimate users. And I really hate when you crack down on like bad actors in a way that affects good actors. Like that's just
like, that's my
really
main issue too with like trying to ban these people. I'm pretty sure cheating, but like if I change the rule to just like I can choose who we send prizes to, I don't like that. I like having like a clear rule. You have to buy stuff. You can't just sell stuff. That's our rule. And like people are definitely gaming the system a little bit, I think. But like I don't know how we'll change it to like not just be like, if I feel like you're a collector, you get prizes, and if I don't, you don't. Because I don't like that system. That seems like very, very not fair to people. Because then like if somebody is brand new to Wax, they might get mistaken, and then I don't know. Yeah. It sucks because I'd like to let everybody come in our races. And I don't want people to have to buy stuff. Like I'd like you to be a brand new user to Wax who's never bought anything, that's able to win a prize. But like due to all of the just cheaters and stuff, they're making it so we can't cater to those people, which sucks.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, definitely. It's frustrating, but it's early days, so it's definitely like, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, we're delving into the neon spice a little bit.
We're getting back into neon spice.
Getting into the spice. Yeah.
Well, Hydro, do you have any like things that you can talk about that's coming down the pipe, either for NFT Insider or AtomicHub? Any plugs or?
I mean, well, we have started these weekly AMAs on YouTube between myself and Jonah, where he'll go through all the updates that are coming up. So if you want to get the information as soon as it comes out, then keep an eye out on all the AtomicHub channels for when those weekly AMAs drop.
Is that like in the Discord or like YouTube, Twitch?
We'll publish it on. Well, we'll publish it on YouTube. We'll share the links everywhere. So it'll be in the Discord, the Twitter, the Instagram, all of them. So, a lot of people have been asking us about notifications, and Jonah gave us an update about those last week, and that they're coming. We don't have an exact date for when they'll be here, but notifications should be working again soon. Which I think everybody's been waiting on for a very long time.
My pro tip on that is NFT Hive it works on NFT Hive, so I just log into NFT Hive, I see my things, and then I go back to AtomicHub. I also I use the NFT market for the kickback, but I look everything up on AtomicHub. I just copy the sale ID in an NFT, and then I buy it on NFT. But like, AtomicHub is definitely the most functional, and then I just gotta like use the other ones for specific utility
for their kickbacks. And I use NFT to do mass listings, like mass sell, like sell duplicate, and then just list like 40 things at once.
Oh, I will say AtomicHub adding a bulk burn thing. Man, does that save us time, because it sucked having to manually burn every single, especially when you mess up minting something and you mint 1,200 of the wrong thing, and then it's like a double insult to injury that you have to manually burn each one. You're like, I fucked up every time you burn it.
Yeah, like writing it on the chalkboard 1,000 times.
Do you have like a schedule for your stream at all?
So currently it's every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. UK time. So that's 19 UTC. I'll be checking out blockchain games mostly. I might do some non-blockchain stuff sometimes. Who knows? But yeah. Come hang out. I'll answer any questions you guys have. I'll give away some NFTs. I'll play some blockchain games, and we'll just chill out and have some fun.
What sort of non-blockchain games do you play? Are you like a non-blockchain gamer?
Yeah. So outside of NFTs, pretty much the only game I'm playing outside of blockchain games at the moment is Final Fantasy 14 because I've managed to get myself addicted to MMOs again, which is a really bad thing.
It's dangerous if you need time to do other things. Well.
How can you split your time between that and NFTs? Those are like similarly deep rabbit holes.
Mark and I just got into Stardew Valley. We've been playing that on Switch.
Going hard on Stardew.
And we got Mario Party last night in that game. The new Mario Party on Switch is very, very fun.
It's really good.
It's bullshit. I should have won both times last night. Max and Paul edged me out with the RNG luck. I won all the mini games. I got the mini game prize.
It was hilarious. We got some off-stream spice.
Yeah. We might have to get an Elgato card to stream it because
Lewis was winning like everything, and then like it's just not getting the stars, and then at the end, like the bonus
I'm so bad at the team ones too, and then by the end, I was like, dude, who's everyone on my team probably hates me right now, but I'm not in the room with you guys, or we weren't like
the left to right fucking ski thing we were trying to do.
So bad at that.
Right? So I was like,
Also, when you did head-to-head against Max, we were laughing so hard when you lost all your coins.
Dude, yeah, I know. It was like the last 2 turns. So I was like, you know what? I'm in last place. There's 2 turns left. I'm gonna.
Then Max got the bonus star because he got the most coins because you gave him all your coins. It's like, God damn it, Mark, you're just feeding him cards.
You like dueled me. You're like, I'm betting all my coins. I'm gonna steal all your coins. Like, I'll take all those coins.
Oh, we don't have our thing on. We didn't see the subs, but thank you for gifting subs, Bing C Fox. We really appreciate it. Also, thank you for hanging out. If this is your first time ever learning about NFTs and you just made a wax wallet, that's awesome. Like, thank you for joining the network. Please talk to us in Discord. Like, I'll send you some free Neon Space stuff if you.
I can stake some like remote stake some wax to your CPU, so you don't have to like track down a small amount of wax. Can be kind of hard if you're.
Yeah, that is kind of hard to get started. Yeah.
In general, sourcing like small amounts of cryptocurrency is not super easy. If you're trying to source like $20 worth, that can be as big a challenge as sourcing 20,000, basically. Like,
since we have more people watching, this is Hydro's Twitch channel. If you want to go ahead and follow him as well, he'll be streaming lots of interesting wax content, wax gaming, similar to what we do. Definitely recommend checking it out. And unless you have like any final stuff, I mean, this kind of conclude our stream. If anybody has any final words, now is the time.
Final words.
I mean, if anybody wants to know what's going on with NFT Insider and AtomicHub, just check all our social channels, join the Discords, and you'll know what's coming up.
Do we have a link for your Discord? Let's put that in too.
Yeah, let's see if I can grab it.
Let me see if anybody else is streaming too.
There's some juicy giveaways in that one too. That initial one was insane. Like when you first opened that Discord and then you had like the big giveaways. Dude, just watching that little ticker go up, right when you release it was insane.
Yeah.
Man, that launch giveaway we did for the AtomicHub Discord, having to like individually check 500 wallet addresses to make sure none of them were bots, none of them were multi-accounters, took forever.
Oh man,
I do not envy you for that.
Thank you for doing that.
I think somebody in our community actually won one of those packs. Like everybody that won one of those packs got so stoked because they were really dope.
It was real people. Like I saw everybody like posting about it and blowing up. I didn't get one, but
yeah, a lot of excitement though. NFT Gamer TV is streaming. If you want to raid into,
I think I'll raid Roman Punks. I think this is Roman Punks like first stream. They do I have some Roman Punks actually. I might watch it and like if they do battles between cards and they like call. They're like, this character as a gladiator and this character, and if you have that card and that card wins, then you win an NFT. But you have to be watching and like raise your hand and say, oh, I have that NFT. But he does like he rolls dice for each card in the attack and they fight each other. Like it's a pretty cool kind of like
live gladiator battles with NFTs that you own.
Yeah. So like I don't know, I haven't seen it. And this is the first one, so I think I'm gonna raid into him. We also like NFT Gamer TV though. We recommend following them, but just because it's Roman Punk's first thing and they're a smaller channel, I feel like they could use the love.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna raid over to them. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll be on Agora's. Is it YouTube or Twitch? Mark.
Sorry, what?
What's Agora's channel? Is it YouTube or Twitch?
It's on YouTube.
We'll be on Agora's YouTube in like 50 minutes. And we'll also be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time for more marbles and stream raiders and just
extra spice on Fridays. Extra Friday spice.
Yeah, goof off extra spice.
We'll watch
Friday.
some fun
Fuck.
viral videos.
Fuck,
Just
it's
do
Friday. Fuck, baby,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh man. Well, thanks again. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Got 9 seconds until we're raiding Roman punks. We'll see y'all later. Have a great day.
Oh yeah. Elbow.
Where's my camera?
Chris.
Nice. Hot damn.
Damn it! I already missed some of the battles. Silent was in our stream and watching the stream. You traitor, Silent. Just kidding.
You're double dipping.
Silent's a great community member.
You gonna do me like that? It's like when Dr. Manhattan is like having sex with what's her name, and also just like in the other room, just like still working with Adrian.
Oh wow, he's got like a serious thing going on here. So he's got a spreadsheet to track it, then a wheel that he's spinning, and then he rolls the dice. Wow, that's like it's a